Welcome to the Open Mic, where bold stories spark big conversations. Something really caught my eye this week, an Economic Times article that I immediately thought, okay, we need to unpack this.
Oh, yeah. What was it about?
Well, it's one of those pieces that seems kind of simple at first glance, but then you start thinking, and it really opens up some interesting, avenues.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So it's centered around Dr. Deepak Krishnamurthy. He's a highly respected cardiologist right there in Bengaluru.
Right. I think I've heard the name.
And what struck me and what I thought would be, fascinating to explore is that this incredibly busy doctor, someone dedicating his life to other people's health, well, he's hitting his 50th birthday.
Okay.
And he's taking a sabbatical, specifically for his own personal wellness.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that is interesting. You don't hear that every day, especially from a cardiologist, I imagine.
Exactly. Such a demanding field. So that's what we want to kind of dig into today. The motivations, maybe the implications, for him, but maybe even for the medical community more broadly.
Yeah, it's a really compelling case study, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he announced it on social media. Which is kind of interesting in itself, given he's pretty active online. Right?
He is, yeah. And he was very direct. Said he intended to prioritize personal wellness, start a fitness journey.
Puts it right out there.
Yeah.
No ambiguity about the focus, at least for this, this period.
Right. And what I found really interesting is that it's not a total shutdown from work. He's calling it a partial sabbatical.
Oh, okay. So what does that mean exactly?
Well, he made it clear he'll still be available for some consultations at the RxDX clinic in Whitefield, Bengaluru. He even told people, check my profile for when I'm available.
Ah. Okay,
Yep.
So still practicing, but scaling back significantly.
Exactly. He described it as an opportunity to, and I quote, reset a few things. It sounds very deliberate, doesn't it? Like a conscious adjustment.
Yeah, that word reset, that feels key. It's like acknowledging a need for change and actively doing something about it, proactively, and sharing it so publicly, letting everyone kind of see the journey. That adds another layer, I think. He's not hiding it away.
Totally. And it gets even more, insightful because he's actually partnered up with someone for this. A wellness expert, Dr. Nandita Iyer.
Oh, at Saffron Trail. I know her work.
Yeah.
Healthy living, plant-based nutrition advocate.
That's the one. And I loved this little detail. Dr. Krishnamurthy apparently joked he might be a difficult patient.
Yeah.
Said he really trusts her guidance. It just adds that human touch, a reminder that even the caregivers need care sometimes.
It really does humanize him, yeah. And it shows, he's serious about this, getting expert help for his own health journey. Good reminder for all of us, really.
So how did people react? Because he put it out there publicly.
From what the article said and what you generally see, it seems like it was overwhelmingly positive, like real admiration from his followers.
That makes sense. Seeing someone prioritize their health like that.
Especially in medicine, right? A field known for its, intensity and maybe sometimes overlooking self-care.
Yeah.
It seems like it really resonated inside and outside the medical community.
Yeah, it almost validates the whole conversation, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It kind of normalizes it. It says, hey, self-care isn't selfish or a luxury. It's necessary, especially in those high-stress jobs.
And it wasn't just talk. He's already, doing things. A few days after the announcement, he posted an update.
Oh, yeah. What'd he say?
Said he'd started going to the gym with a trainer, focusing on basic stretches, lifts, weight training, actual steps.
See, that's great, that follow-through. It shows it's not just I'm taking time off, but I'm actively using this time to invest in my well-being. Concrete action.
But what really stood out to me, and I think this is maybe the biggest takeaway, was his message to other doctors.
What did he say?
He basically told them, take time and work on themselves. And then he used that powerful phrase, doctor, heal thyself.
Wow. Okay, so he's broadening it out, not just about him.
Exactly. It feels like he's advocating for maybe a shift in thinking within the profession itself, like acknowledging the pressure, the burnout potential.
That's a huge point.
Yeah.
It elevates his personal choice into maybe a call for wider cultural change in medicine, making self-care more, acceptable.
Then, kind of switching gears a bit, he also apparently posted some lighter stuff later.
Like what?
Ads for vegan slippers and condoms.
Okay. Well, keeps it real, I guess.
Yeah. It was just a funny little reminder that, even amidst serious stuff, life goes on. Gotta have a sense of humor.
True. It stops it from being too heavy, too preachy, shows he's still just a person living his life.
And the support wasn't just from the public. Another cardiologist in Bengaluru, Dr. Venkatesh, also weighed in.
Now, what was his take?
Supportive?
Very supportive. He hailed the decision, basically saying, look, physician burnout is real. He talked about how decades of dealing with death and disability can affect the strongest.
So true. It's an immense burden to carry professionally. But here's the really critical part, I think. Dr. Venkatesh pointed out that in Indian healthcare, there's often less support for doctors taking breaks compared to, say, Western countries.
That's a crucial systemic point.
Yeah. And he urged people to celebrate and not undermine this trend, basically saying we need more of this, not less.
That perspective is so important. It highlights a potential gap, right, in the system's support for its own people, and suggests Dr. Krishnamurthy's move could be maybe a catalyst for thinking about that differently.
It really makes you consider the emotional, the psychological toll.
Yeah.
And for someone like Dr. Krishnamurthy, I mean, he's a senior cardiologist at a well-known clinic, RxDX, and he has a huge social media following, like over 70,000 on X.
Wow. Okay, so he has reach.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So his actions and him being so open about it, it could actually have a pretty significant ripple effect.
Sure. His platform gives it weight. It turns his personal sabbatical into something bigger, a talking point, maybe even an inspiration for change around physician well-being, which ultimately affects all of us, right? The patients.
Absolutely. And that's a wrap for today's episode of The Open Mic. Thanks for joining us as we explore Dr. Deepak Krishnamurthy's inspiring journey of taking a sabbatical to prioritize his wellness. What are your thoughts on doctors taking time for self-care? Share them with us at theopenmicpodcasts@gmail.com. Until next time, stay healthy and keep the conversation going.